Hello guys, welcome to Sweetbell Flower, the nightmare of many hunters. Let's start the video from here, the wooden wheel. This wheel is made completely out of wood and doesn't offer a lot of cover. But the gaps between the wooden planks are a great peeking spot. The first gap can point directly at the watchtower. The second gap points directly at the compound windows. Before we go in the first building, I'm gonna show you these rooftop holes. These are very big holes, meaning that you can throw whatever you want inside. There are many holes in this roof and all of them offer great visibility on the ground floor. This spot in particular is the most common one, for players to crouch and to defend the room. In the first floor, we can notice two closed windows. They are not so good from the inside, but from the outside it's easy to see movement, so be careful. This window is very dangerous. It's a good window for a quick peek, but you are uncovered from the front and from the back. There are too many places you can get shot at, and as long as you're not a machine checking all those spots in 0.5 seconds, you're gonna die before you even see the enemy. Not recommended. If we move to the second room, we can find the first cheesy spot in this compound. This window gap is amazing. You have the visibility to the main entrance, the sniper tower and the wooden wheel, and you are basically invisible. Very recommended to master this spot. The window right in front of the staircase is one of the most picked windows in the game. I am gonna show you now the safest way to pick the window. To pick this window safely, you need to use staircase angle at your advantage. I don't recommend to crouch, but if you have a bit of courage, you can. Don't forget the mobility here is limited, and keep in mind, for some reason these bars are not bulletproof. They are more of a visual barrier than a physical one, so don't count on them to stop the bullets they shoot at you. I'm gonna show you now the roof gaps from the inside of the building. As you can see, they are pretty big holes, and you can also shoot or throw bombs through them. For the love of God, if they are pushing the compound, don't crouch there. This window is interesting. There is usually a red barrel here that you can trap to slow down or kill the compound attackers. And if you are on the second floor, maybe you want to put a concertina trap mine here. This room may look very empty, but if you use the bread shelves, you can have two very good angles on the staircase and at the main entrance. This window has the same issues of the other one. Too many places you can get shot from. This is a classic spot here. You can be sure that in a fight in this compound you are going to pick this window or someone from the enemy team will. This right here is the best corner to pick. The window is the same window you can see from the staircase. With a bit of training, if you see the tip of the rifle, you can shoot the head of the person that is holding it through the wall. This is probably the most dangerous spot in this compound. The boxes scattered around will make you think that you are safe. But the boxes are not bulletproof, and if you hide behind them, even a medium bullet can headshot you. You can't go up there, and if you try to get too close to the open space, everyone in the map can see you. There is a way to go up there that I'm not demonstrating for obvious reasons, but you may want to check if you just push the room. Cheaters gonna cheat. The ground floor may look like a useless room, but it's actually a good place to defend a compound. The door on the right is locked almost every time. The only way in from upstairs is a massive hole on the roof, right next to the staircase. But if you move on the left side, this spot is amazing to counter the people attacking from the wooden wheel side. They are not even going to be able to see you because there is a wooden plank right in front of your head. This spot is very effective, and you also got the bulletproof floor sacks to stop some bullets. Let me show you what this place looks like from the outside. The most common place for the enemy to attack is from behind this mud wall. Notice how easy it is to spot players on the top because of the filter inside the buildings. I don't recommend moving on the middle side, as for all of these elements don't offer a lot of cover. This is not a cover, this is not a cover. But this is a perfect cover. This mud wall is completely bulletproof, and it can definitely serve as one of the best attacking spots in this compound. Before I talk to you about these sliding doors, I want to show you a very underrated spot. This corner right here. It's a very open corner, but if you are sure that the last team is pushing you from the forest side, the crack in the floor can give you a great advantage. Or you can ambush the players that are opening the sliding door. The sliding doors in this compound are probably the most wall-bangable spots. If you open one and you keep the second one closed, you can get an idea how easy it is to see the people on the other side behind the closed doors. This is another very famous window that everyone from the outside focuses. The rules are the same as usual. You get too close to the window, you expose yourself. But luckily, I'm here to teach you how to pick this window without picking it. Just stay as far as you can and you'll be invisible from the outside. Also, you're going to go far away from that roof hole, if you know what I mean. The only reason to pick this window is to shoot someone right below it. If you stand in front of it, the people behind the train rails will destroy you. Highly not recommended. Before I talk to you about the big window, I want you to take care of this huge gap in the wall. This gap really exposes you to the forest side, and it's not a good idea to stand in front of it. You can, in specific cases, shoot the people rushing you from below, but the more you expose yourself, the more you're gonna catch your bullet. This is the biggest window in the compound. There is no valid reason for you to stand in front of it. Even the aliens in space can shoot you, and they have good aim. I suggest putting some traps here in the window. The more, the better. So how do you pick this window? There are two spots actually. One, this pile of socks right here. Not the best though, because it's going to expose you on the forest side. And two, behind the metal box. Behind the box you have some sort of cover, not an optimal one, but still cover. The more you go on the right side, the more you're exposed. Stay left and be careful. The hole next to the right window is very underrated. It's the fastest way to get to the ground floor, and if somebody's down there, you're probably gonna drop right behind him. The surprises in this room are endless. If we crouch here, we can observe the whole ground floor from a 360-degree angle. It is a great way to check the ground floor before actually going down there. The same thing can be done in the parallel metal dispenser. This sack pile is a must-use spot. From here you can take care of the metal roof side of the building, being almost invisible. This is the particular spot I'm talking about, right side of the roof. Usually the attackers like to use the roof as a cover. I'm gonna show you now how the staircase looks from this window. Unfortunately, this spot doesn't offer a lot of cover, and it's way easier for the people in the staircase in front of you to spot you, due to the inside building artificial fog. Keep in mind, there is another window behind you, and if you stay too much on the right, you can be easily spotted. Before we talk about the Queen of Suicide windows, let's take a look on the staircase. This gap points directly towards the staircase, allowing you to defend it without being seen. And as I said before, this one is the Queen of Suicide windows. If you pick here, you can just log out and go to the lobby directly. This spot is amazing to check the red sliding door in the ground floor. But make sure you stay a bit on the right side, or you can get easily sniped from the forest side. This door has the same mechanics as the closed windows. If you get too close, you are not able to see, but if you get further back, you have almost perfect view of the people outside. This roof had the same kind of walls of the other one. Be careful, a nade could fall from the sky. From downstairs, the view is going to be even better, because the person on top has to crouch to see, but you don't. Talking about windows, these two windows follow the same rules as the doors previously shown. The further you go, the better you see. I'm gonna show you now a couple of spots on the outside to help you better understand what the attackers see. This spot is largely used by everyone, because of the almost full coverage it offers. You are still exposed from the sides, but it's going to be really hard for the compound defender to see you. Let's talk about the elements on the outside of the compound, starting from this cart right here. As mentioned before, the sacks are bulletproof and there is also a metal plate. Great emergency cover. Nothing says Batman more than this balcony. Very underrated spot. This is more of an emergency spot if you need to hide and heal. But you can also use it to ambush the hunters that are coming from the forest side. This spot may look useless, but it's the best corner to throw bombs or flashes from the window. If you are coordinated with your teammates, this spot has a great pushing potential. This is what I call Adzeon's bed. This is one of the most ignored ambush spots in the whole compound. I've seen a lot of players walking here in the water, not caring about the fact that even if they crouch, the water sound is very loud in this game. If you want to approach this compound from this side, walk next to the wall and don't stop in front of the windows. This is the only spot you should use if you are in open field. Use those bulletproof A blocks. A lot of new players think that the watchtower is the best spot to check on the compound. In my opinion, the best spot is this one, the ruins. If you are familiar with this trick, you can get on top like this. But don't go on the very top, that's just dumb. Go here instead and use these cheesy corners. This is a bulletproof well, great emergency cover. And that was it for the video, guys. I hope you learned something new and I hope you enjoyed. See you in the next one.